Right, hi there, 8th grade. We're going to go over this packet. This is the one that starts with number 2 on the front, the speed of light. Okay, we've spent quite a bit of time on this packet. We're going to finish it up today. Some of them we had skipped because we hadn't done the material yet, and now we have. So, and I apologize if we've gone over some of this already. I just don't remember. So I'm going to kind of go over it quickly. But so open it up, we're going to start with number 26. This was one of those that we had originally skipped, but now we've done this. So which statement about figures X and Y must be true? It's going to be A on my paper. It says it down here. A series of translations. Remember, translation is a slide. Okay, translations, we would be going down and over, or over and down, and the figures will be congruent. Okay? All right. 27, we did. 28, we did. 30, okay? A cone has a radius of 1.2 inches and a height of 2.9 inches. What is the volume? So here's your formula, okay? Remember, that's at the front of your book, and you'll have those formulas. You could also do just that and put it all in one. Oops, sorry. You could also do that and put it all in one formula. Remember, B stands for the area of the base, and in this case, it's a cone, so the base is a circle. So area of a circle is pi r squared. So that's, I'm just going to plug my numbers into here, and you will get B, 4.4. Okay. All right. Number 35, a line contains the points. Here's my points. What's the equation? Well, you know, when they give you 2 points, you know that's the slope formula, right? Okay. I think we already went over that one, but that's, remember the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay. All right. We would have done 36 and 37. All right. The 42 was another one that's shapes. Okay. A solid object was sliced to form 2 new objects. Each of the 2 new objects had a circular base. Which shape could not have been the original object? The key word there being not. Don't forget to underline those keywords. Okay. Well, it couldn't have been a prism. Okay. Prisms don't have circular anythings. Okay. So it would have to be C. Okay. All right, 45, I think we talked about. 46 was shapes of solid. So a cylinder has a diameter of 14 centimeters and a volume of 12 pi cubic centimeters. What is the height? So same thing. Here's the formula for the volume of a cylinder. Area of the base times the height. I took out the area of the base part and put in pi r squared. Put in the numbers you know. Put 12 pi in for volume and 14 centimeters in for the, well, it would be 7 centimeters in for the radius. Don't let that screw you up because I told you the diameter. And then once you do all that, you're going to get C, 16 over 7. And you might have gotten that as a decimal if you got 2.28, blah, 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 blah. Just, don't let that freak you out. It's just for whatever reason they leave it as a fraction here. Okay? All right, 47. Maria wants to transform figure L to figure M. So she's starting here. And which statement is true? It would have to be C. The transformation cannot be done because figure L is not congruent to figure M. She only wants to use rotations, reflections, and translations. She would have to use a dilation, so that's why it has to be C. Not possible. Okay? All right, 49. We did. 53 we did. 54 is another one about shapes. The above ground swimming pool is in the shape of a cylinder. Diameter of 18 feet, height of 4.5 feet. The pool is filled with water to 6 inches from the top of the pool. What is the volume to the nearest cubic foot of water in the pool? So volume would be pi r squared times the height. Again, they gave you diameter, so you have to use 9. You're also going to have to remember the height really isn't 4.5 feet. They want to know the volume of the water. So 0.5 feet is 6 inches. So for your height, you're going to have to put in 4, not 4.5. Okay? But when you do that, you'll get C. Okay? Don't let that trick you. A little bit of a hard one. All right, we did this one. I think we did this one. I don't remember if we did 58. Determine the solution. Determine the solution for 58. Here's two ways of doing it. This person, I didn't do this one. This was my sample answer. They did it by substitution. They rewrote this equation to solve for x, and then they put that in, substituted it in here. I did it over here my way. I would have solved it by elimination. You know that's my favorite. Multiply that top equation by 3, and then subtract the 2. You get y equals 2. Substitute that back in, and you'll get x equals 7. All right, number 60, I think we covered, but in case we didn't, that was no solution. When you do all the math, you're going to get negative 12 equals negative 12. I'm sorry. Negative 12 doesn't equal negative 1.2. So yeah, that's why it's no solution. This one we talked about, she says it's a function. Why is she correct or incorrect? Remember, a function is every input has only one output. So her reason here was Susie is correct because the x variable does not repeat. Okay, that's fine. So every input can only have one output. Every x can only have one y. All right, the texting plan. Oh, I'm not remembering if we did that, but I'm going to skip it for now because it's not anything on our shapes or anything new. It would be 200 would be our answer there. Okay, if someone got that right, pause it and let them talk about how they got it right if it's something we didn't cover together. All right, 63. We had, it was dilated by a scale factor of 2. So it's interesting here because they give you the image, but they want the coordinates of the original. Okay, so this is interesting because it's kind of going backwards. We're used to getting the original and they want the coordinates of the image. But remember, to do that, let's assume they gave us the original and they wanted us to find the image. We would multiply all the numbers by the scale factor, right? Well, if they gave us the image and want us to find the original, what's the opposite of multiply? Divide. Okay, so I need to divide. And you can see here, this is what that person did. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2 to get the coordinates of that original figure, which is going to be here. Okay, she graphed it on there, and here's the coordinates. A is negative 2, 2, B is negative 2, 3, and C is 1, 2. Explain how you determined. I used the opposite operation of what was used to get A prime, B prime, C prime. So I divided A prime, B prime, C prime by the scale factor to get the coordinates of triangle ABC. Okay, so they take what you know and they just push you a little bit to use it in a different way. Are they congruent to each other, similar to each other, or neither? Explain how you determined. This kid said they're similar. I determined my answer because triangle A prime, B prime, C prime is just a dilated version of ABC. This means that they are the same size, just same shape, just different sizes. Okay. All right, we're getting there. 64. Abby reflected ABCD over the x-axis and then rotated it 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. She labeled it EFGH. Manny dilated ABCD by a scale factor of 3 and then translated the resulting figure 2 to the left. He labeled the final image PQRS. Identify the pair that are congruent. Okay, well, the pair that are congruent would be ABCD and EFGH. Identify that are not congruent, but they're similar. EFGH and PQRS. Describe a transformation on Abby's EFGH that would make the resulting image congruent to Manny's. Abby would have to dilate the quadrilateral by a scale factor of 3. Okay, because he dilated, she did not. So if she dilates it, they're going to be congruent. Okay. All right. In the elevators, I know I helped a lot of groups separately on this. I don't remember if we went over it together as a class, but I'm not going to take time to go over it here. Which elevator is a faster rate? That would be Chicago, and that you would be looking at the slope. Okay. So Chicago's is 30 for the slope, and the other one, Empire State Building one, is 23. Okay. Explain how you got your answer. The Chicago elevator rate equation has a greater, has a greater M value. Yeah, the slope is greater. It's basically what I just said. The slope is greater. Okay. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you got all that. Like I said, pause as needed. Have someone else that already got the answer right and knows how to do it. If you need more explanation, stop and help each other out. Okay? I miss you guys. See you soon. Bye.